you're watching that game, every interaction, BSG was right outside of the immediate range that, like, that, you know, Eraser Man could IAD in and try and swing coffin for, or he could swing coffin in neutral or IAD jumping dust in. Like, he was just right outside of that range where if you present a threat, I have time to present one back. You know what I mean? Yeah. I have time to trade it or win that interaction. It was phenomenally well spaced and just well played by him, and it's unfortunate Eraser Man just couldn't get much hard knockdown sequences, but that's a game to try.
Yeah, that is definitely a try. But you know, double elimination bracket, he's still in. He's still chilling.
Absolutely.
Yeah, but speaking of chilling, we got Rox sitting up to bat. Going to be seeing some Bridget gaming for sure. Versus, I'm not too familiar who this other person is.
So this is a legend himself. This is Jamestrombone.
Oh, this is Jamestrombone. Yeah. I had not seen him in a minute.
Yeah, they haven't been here in a while, especially with running Stupid Fighter and school and different things going on. It's been a minute since they've had a chance to come out here to this, but I'm excited for it because I love James. The one Nago player we really have anymore.
Yeah, they're all gone. I don't know what happened, but I guess they didn't think Nago was the truth anymore. But
I know, it's a shame. And it's funny for me as a Ram player because I'm like the one, and I'm not even a good Ram. I just play it, you know what I mean? I'm like, where's Morty plays it, but he doesn't enter much, so I don't. It's just me against the world, you know? Thank you, Beluga, for picking it up and showing this character is good, bro. I appreciate it.
Yeah, but here we go. Gonna be just sticking with the mains here.
Classic. I like the Bridget versus Nago matchup. I mean, like, the problem with Nago, especially in this match, is he doesn't have any defensive options. He really can't do anything. And without much movement, once he's high on blood, he can just get absolutely blown up by Bridget's pressure and her ability to just set play you to death over and over again. If James can get something going, though, he will kill this girl. He will actually kill her.
Absolutely, yeah. And, you know, Bridget does have a DP, so she can kind of, like, get around some of it. But, you know, I mean, that's just like another day in the park for Nago players. Like I'm sure they're used to it. So can't DP the bite. That's for sure.
Yeah, real actually. Like I mean, Nago players here are used to it. It's just I'm really interested to see how James is going to manage the blood. Like how James is going to manage the blood gain, how he's going to manage the just situations they're going to end up being in. Whereas Rox has a much more simplistic game plan. Once they get a knockdown, I'm just going to run mix you to death. So I'm really interested to see how this goes. And we're starting off with that big standing heavy, and that is going to be a factor of this matchup.
Yeah, and already has the corner. The yo-yo's out. The mix is starting. Block for your life. Jeez, this pressure is just crazy, and you're almost dead already.
Constant high lows. James didn't even get a chance to do anything that round. Nice double hits the DP, and instead not able to carry far enough to get that conversion, but a good amount of damage and at least some screen position. But this is where it's terrible as Nago. Like Rox is a lab machine and a pressure Oki machine. Just can destroy you. And Nago doesn't have a way to skip it or get out of this. Like, you have to actually know your timings and know when to break out, and it's scary.
That's like half of the problem with the mix, right? You have to know like what the mix is. You block high, low, like what's like, can you interrupt there? Like, is it a frame trap? Like, that's half the battle, and then you gotta like actually guess correctly, and it's just tough.
Exactly. Like if you had a DP, you could at least kind of cheese it. Like, you know, Rox has to think a little bit on the offense pressure. Rox doesn't have to think at all. James can't do anything about it. James has to just guess correctly at one point. If James gets wrong, it's bad. But right now, you got the corner, you got the throw, but you're too high on blood to really capitalize. It's a scary position to be and gets opened up overhead, man. This character.
Walking low and gets hit overhead here, and now all the way to the corner again, coast to coast.
Holding high lows. Look at this. I mean, James is guessing correctly, but look at how many guesses in a row James had to make before they got one chance to just get a kill there. And you can do damage when Nago guesses right, but that was like 8 different interactions where James had to be right. It's scary. And this character.
Yeah, that is just kind of how it goes. It's the classic kind of just volatile mixed character versus big body.
Scary, and right now we're back into the corner, and James gets wrong there, thought it would go low, and doesn't. Get the wall break, and now you've got a pretty rough hill to climb. Yep, wakes up super on round start.
It's so good. Like, she's plus after that too, so it's like, why not, right? If they press something and like are a bit too aggressive. Speaking of that.
Yeah, nice. Guarantees you get down safely. You're not being threatened by Nago 2H or any of his ridiculous other buttons. And nice standing dust will open him up eventually. James had a lot of good interactions, burnt all that meter, got a gold burst, but was burning it because you need to get some touch to try and get the game plan. But even then, you don't have blood. You don't have any...
yeah. And then you got to work around burst on top of that too.
Yeah,
so it's like you kind of have to win like 2 interactions there.
It's really scary. And it's rough as Nago. When you get high blood, it's like the day before your paycheck comes in. You're broke. You're struggling. You're open for it, you know. Good pressure to start. Rock's just keeping the corner pressure going, and James is doing a good job mixing those just blocks, those IBs, just trying to keep off a little bit more, but it's still hard.
Yeah, gets opened up there again. Walking it out. But he gets opened up by the low. Meter available here for Rocks. Gonna have to eat a mix here in a second.
Yeah, fast RC, still have pressure after that. And you just get mixed to death on the corner. Ninja Tech called, they want their blender back.
Right. Will it blend? Absolutely. Yeah, that's exactly what that is.
And we're back in. Oh, the slow roll instead. And now James actually, for the first time, has positive blood and has a chance to set up pressure. Burnt a lot of it in those first 2 interactions, so has to find a hit and does, but is going to be pretty high. It's hard because you can't even Fukyo in at this point. Like, you're in a scary spot. And again, now you're getting mixed by the little girl, bro.
Found all the way to the other corner here. We do have a little bit of bar available. Burst about to come back for Jamestrombone and blocks the YRC and the burst. Oh no. That's so tragic.
Like, you're going to lose it if you don't go for it because you're in a bad position. But, man, Rock sniffed it out so effectively. And James doesn't even really have the blood to Fukyo to try and maneuver around it. Rocks just wins the interaction. This matchup is terrifying.
Yeah. That fuzzy is gross, by the way. At the end, Rocks has been doing that fuzzy like constantly against Jamestrombone, and like it's just that just looks like it's suffering.
Exactly. Like, one thing I also want to point out too is that Rocks so far has not even gone for the command grab.
No, no need to. Yeah, no need to. Yeah.
You can do another 4th worst thing to a human being. Like, it's terrifying. James doesn't even know what to do.
He looks so confused right now. He's like asking Rocks, and like Rocks is nice enough. Like Rocks will give you the heads up and give you what's up. But
like, I don't blame James. I wouldn't want to play Nago in this matchup either. It feels terrifying, especially if you haven't played much against Rocks before. You don't even know what to do. Oh
man, you got the early burst gonna get sniped out by Rocks. Now has the corner again.
I think the Happy Chaos idea is predicated around James wanting to try and pressure and like contest from a distance, but you're in a similar situation with Nago where you just don't have defensive options, and now you got to hold pressure again.
Yeah, the offense might be a little bit scarier though here. I mean, granted if you got the mix on point, but yeah, already a perfect starting out this round. The Nago might not have, the Happy Chaos might not have a chance to warm up here. It might just be too late.
Yeah, getting a first win interaction, setting up first, but now you've got to find a situation where you have the time to shoot your guns, which is what's scary. Nice neutral jump to get out of the blender. When you're rolling it with that yo-yo, you aren't able to, cancel out of it. You got to hold that for a second.
Just backing up here, trying to get some kind of space. Doesn't want to be anywhere close to this little girl.
Out of bullets, that's a bad thing. James just ran out of bullets, so even if James finds a knockdown, you're going to have to reload. You can't do anything else off it. You're getting good pressure. Back into the corner. Wall break, not dead. Neutral reset, but no bullets makes it really bad.
And then, catches him, and then that's enough to close out the round of the game, and that is Rocks moving on in bracket over Jamestrombone.
Yeah, it's unfortunate to see James match up against Rocks so early on. Like, I wanted to see more of James throughout the bracket, but hey, we might get a chance. Losers bracket certainly still possible, but I gotta say, that's like, if you're not used to playing against Bridget and against Rocks especially.
Oh yeah. Rocks is like, she's killer. She got what was it, like top 16 at was it Frosty Faust? There's some major that she went to that she just like killed it.
I want to say 13.